What's up, bosses? This week, we're sending our friend Matt the Little Guy out on the street to hear directly from you all, find out who he chats with and about what. We show you a cool product that you'll want to grab for yourself, and we explain what ATRI, the American Transportation Research Institute, is working on this year. Let's get rolling. We all know the little guy is a people person, so who better to go out and chat with you all while on the road?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Little Guy here at the Truck Boss Show. As you can see, it's cold out. It's that time of the year. And I want to talk to you guys real quick about some of the things that you should have on your truck for the wintertime. This is just some of the stuff, okay? This is just some of what I think is the most important things to have on your truck in the wintertime, okay? You want to make sure you have some engine oil. You want to make sure you have some coolant, okay? You want to definitely make sure you have some diesel 911. This stuff right here will get you out of a jam if your fuel is all gelled up. It might get you out of a jam. Depends on how bad it is, but it's always good to have this stuff, okay? Another good thing, one of the most important things to have is de-icer windshield washer fluid. Anyone will work. Anything that's negative, it has to say negative 30 and below or whatever, because if you buy just the regular summertime mix and it freezes up on you, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna have a bad day, okay? Another good thing to have is some spray grease for your fifth wheel, okay? Get some of this stuff. You don't make a mess of your hands, all that good stuff. It goes right on. Simple, easy, done. Tools. Make sure you have some tools. Make sure you have some tools. Just some. You don't need a lot. Just have something. In case you have a quick repair, a light bulb, something came loose, just something easy. Guys and gals, come on. All right. Some jumper cables. One of the most important things to have in the wintertime. Because when it gets cold, batteries lose their charge and they don't hold their charge whatsoever. Especially if you leave the truck sitting for a while. So always make sure you have a pair of jumper cables with you. That way, if your batteries are dead, you could ask another driver, hey, can you jump me off real quick? Wintertime, get one of these. Get the snow off the hood, get the snow off the windshield, windows, what have you. If you don't have one of these, and you wake up in the morning and there's trucks covered in snow, bad day. Also, if you've been driving in the snow, and the entire undercarriage of the tractor is covered in ice and snow, and it's going to be kind of hard to get to that fifth wheel, to pull the fifth wheel. So get you one of these extended reach fifth wheel puller claw doohickeys, especially for short people like me. This is beautiful invention. Okay, but this is just some of the stuff, guys. This is just some of the important stuff, okay? There's a lot more stuff, obviously, but this is some of the stuff that will help you get out of a jam in the wintertime. Hopefully, that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Truck Boss Show.
Thanks, Matt. Always a fun time when you're involved. Remember, you can only see Man on the Street with Matt right here on the Truck Boss Show, so hit that subscribe button. Now let's head over to Isela.
Have you heard of the Firestarter Mug and handle? Well, many of your fellow drivers have jumped on board and are rocking their awesome mug. To name a few, Trucker G, Taylor Barker, even Catfish Cooley. And I had the opportunity to visit with Mark Sutton, the mastermind behind the Firestarter Mug handle. Let's check him out.
Mark he had an awesome idea, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get it done. And he did. He came up with the Firestarter Mug handle. Thank you for being with us on the show.
Thank you.
What is it about your handle that is like just so different from all the other handles?
This handle right here is this is made of a sturdy polypropylene. And then you have 3 soft silicone caps right here, 2 up underneath. And then the third being here, which you can store your cash, medicines if you need to. Some people put toothpicks. And it will hold a standard a lighter for those that smoke or camping or whatever. But it's just, there's no other, it's a patent pending handle, and there's just none other on the market like it. It's very, very ergonomically comfortable.
And so what size of cup does it normally fit, or does it fit different sizes?
It's a 30 ounce and it's perfect for truckers, and it's perfect for people that travel. I keep ice water in mine all day long.
It's the cup and the handle, so they get both. They don't just get the handle, right?
It's a cup and the handle. Not only that, you've got a nice, very durable slider lid that goes on it, so spill resistant. And it's made out of Triton plastic, which is made actually by Eastman right here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay, so out of your hometown.
That's exactly right.
Does it stay warm or cold for a pretty lengthy time?
It does. Most of them will keep coffee for 6 hours, sometimes 7 or 8 hours. They all will keep them 24 hours with ice in it.
Now, how did you even come up with this idea? What was you thinking at that moment when you said, you know what, I got a handle. This is what I'm going to use, and it's going to be different, unique. It's going to surprise everyone.
I moved back to Kingsport 5 years ago to take care of my mother. On about the third Mother's Day, I was looking for a replacement mug for her. I saw some of them came with handles attached. So I just got to thinking, I wonder if they make a handle that holds a lighter, and that's where it all started.
For someone who has an idea and is like, you know, kind of debating on whether they should give it a shot, what would you say to them?
I would say don't give up. I would say keep going and make it right. I was a Sutton Construction. I was a contractor for 30 years. I built a lot of things. I renovated a lot of things, and you get really creative, you know. So same thing when it came to making this product. You know, I'd never done it before. I had to learn about plastic injection molding, stainless steel molds. It's really fun.
And well, that's it here for the Truck Boss Show. Again, remember, those mugs are going to be on the show, so don't miss out.
A big thanks to Mark, and a great way to show that nothing is impossible. Carlin?
You've seen ATRI on the show before. They're one of our favorite organizations to talk to. They're truly working hard to turn that work you guys do into data to help companies, drivers, and even lawmakers make more informed decisions. But just like the rest of us, they had an interesting year in 2020. So what does 2021 look like? Well, sit back and relax while we go straight to the source to find out. We are sitting down with Rebecca Brewster. She is the CEO, the lady in charge over there at ATRI. And let's talk about what's coming next. I know you guys have your annual reports that you're always working on. And when, you know, you're almost like Santa. Once you're done, you start working again, right?
First out of the gate in 2021, of course, will be our annual bottleneck list, the list of the top 100 truck bottlenecks. If we had not had the pandemic, we would use all of 2020's truck GPS data to identify the worst truck bottlenecks. Congestion went boo because four-wheelers were at home. We really talked through the methodology for how we're going to address that bottleneck list and make it meaningful when such a big chunk of the year there was no congestion. We're also working on some of those RAC priorities that our Research Advisory Committee identified for us in March of this year, including one that is looking at the impact of rising insurance costs on overall operational costs. So this is a real deep dive on that insurance piece that we discussed in the operational costs of trucking. So it's really going to populate the backstory there. Things like, what deductible do you have, and what has been your historical timeline with those deductibles? Have you been steadily increasing it because to lower your premium cost? And so that work is underway. We have another study that, like our nuclear verdicts report that we released this year, we have one that is looking at the impact of small verdicts. And so everything under $1 million, those verdicts against the trucking industry and those settlements less than $1 million, looking at how frequently that occurs, what are the forces behind it, what types of crashes are involved in those, and what's the historical timeline and progression of those look like. So look for that probably second quarter.
Perfect. Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it, and I will let you go.
Thanks, Colin. Have a great one.
We really appreciate Rebecca and ATRI there for, tuning in and giving us an opportunity to chat about what's coming up in 2021. We love chatting with them, and I'm a huge data nerd, so me and Rebecca, we talk for like an hour and a half every time we interview.
But she always has great information.
She has great info, but man, we just sit there and just all kinds of data, and it's crazy. So you're welcome for cutting that down to a couple minutes, because yeah. All right, what are we talking about next week?
All right, for next week's Indo Show, we have We Pete and Rooster, Man on the Streets with our guy Matt, and also Don't forget that we have our giveaways in the Boss Nation.
That's right, our February Boss Box giveaway there in Boss Nation. It's our Facebook group. You can kind of interact with us a little bit more, and of course, get a chance to win free stuff. You don't want to miss the chance to win free
Who
stuff.
doesn't want free?
Exactly. And as you were watching this show, you probably noticed that we made some changes, right? So we don't have our news items that we normally do. Instead, we are actually moving those to a new show that we're calling The Daily Trucker. You can find it every day starting next week on YouTube and on the Trucker website. So if you want to tune in there, so that way you can see those daily news briefs and all the news that you need to know.
Yay, you get to see more of us.
That's right.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Carlin, why do we do this?
Because you're the boss.